Hello, everybody. So yeah, I have a PNG tuber in the the bottom right corner of the screen because, well, hopefully I'll use it more in the future. But basically, I wanted to use it to try to uh just go over this. So Ben 10 Classic, the Complete Collection, is what this is called, and basically for it, there was some speculation beforehand. I assumed it was just people worrying for no reason. But it seems like, unfortunately, what has come to pass is people's fears, unfortunately, being confirmed. Now, what does that mean? So let's go over the stuff that was on, or that was released for the hype stuff. So this is the I did record a video going over this when it was announced a couple months ago, but I just have not posted that because I don't care to post it at this point. But here is the front of it in a high quality like render that was on Amazon. Now, the logo here is the 2016 series logo, and someone on Twitter tried to justify it saying that it's the logo from the 2016 or from 2016 on. Um, the original logo for the first Ben 10 series does not look like this. But granted, all four of these series, I think, have different logos. At the very least, although, granted, Alien Force and Ultimate Alien probably have the same logo, just changing the subtitle. But I would think that they would want to use the 2005 logo from Classic because this is a bit of a more, I think, simplified version of it. It doesn't have the little like black swirls in the Omnitrix logo right here. Um, but yeah, so that was one thing that I don't like from it. The back to me is a bit lazy in regards to the pictures here that they chose from most of these series. Omniverse is okay, but could be better. The original Ben 10 series. So this is a shot of Ben 10 from the Galactic Enforcers episode where he's slamming down the Omnitrix. I would think that they would want to use a picture of Ben, Gwen, and Grandpa Max, all three together, because they're the main characters of the show. And they could easily take a still from the ending of Secret of the Omnitrix for them, you know? But yeah. Benton Alien Force, I don't know why they picked this specific picture. Um, and you can also see the different logos for the shows as well on these pictures. But uh the thing about this is and yeah, they are mostly the same logo, but you can see that they're slightly different. But yeah. Um but anyways, so this is a picture I think from the first episode or maybe the second part because it's a two-part opening. I think this is a shot from one of those two when Ben goes echo echo and yeah, it's either that or it's from maybe one of the first few episodes of season one. I can't remember what episode off the top of my head this is from, but I'm pretty sure it's from early in season one of Alien Force. And this is just a shot of all these echo echoes in a warehouse, and I don't understand why they chose this specific picture. You would think that they would choose a shot of Ben, Gwen, and Kevin from one of the episodes of Alien Force that's good enough to use. That shows all three of them in dynamic poses or something. I don't know. It's just really weird. Then we have the same with Ultimate Alien using a shot of Humongosaur from the first episode. Um, After Ben's secret identity is revealed by Jimmy Jones and all the reporters are swarming his house, and yeah, I don't really understand um why they chose to use this. You would think that they would choose a shot from another episode with Ben, Gwen, and Kevin all next to each other and all that. Because again, they're the three main characters of the show. Then Ben 10 Omniverse. This shot of Ben isn't actually that bad. It's him running on, I assume, the street or sidewalk, using the Omnitrix about to slam it down. I have not seen all of Omniverse, so I don't know what shot this up or what episode the shot's from. But so this isn't bad, but I would think they would want to use a shot of Ben and Rook together. Maybe Ben, Rook, Kevin, and Gwen. I don't know. If you can find a shot of them from an episode all together, I think that that would just be a good shot to use, if not just Ben and Rook. I don't understand. So these shots seem to have been chosen randomly, and I don't quite understand it like at all why this is. Or you would think that they would maybe have shots of just Ben with his Omnitrix for each series. They have stock art of it, so I don't know. That they used for the front as well. Which this is generally just promo art that's been used for the original series since 2005, for Alien Force since 2008, 2010 for Ultimate Alien, and 2012 for Omniverse. So yeah, I don't know what the hell has happened here. Plus the alien choices are fine. Some of them I just don't understand. Like for Classic Ben, I feel like the original 10 aliens are good. Then Alien Force, I feel like most of these guys are good. I would have chosen maybe Heat Blast here instead of Upgrade or Accelerate or something, or have Accelerator like right here. Then for Alien Force, I would have maybe had Heat Blast instead of Echo Echo or Goop. And then Ultimate Alien, I don't understand why Nanomech's here. I don't understand why Energy's here. You would think maybe more of the Ultimate Aliens would be chosen. And then Omniverse, they had a decent selection, like Forearms, Heat Blast, and Diamond Head. That's fine. I have no problems with who they chose for Omniverse. But then we get here, and this is a thing that got some people's, like, what do you call it? Spidey senses, I guess, going off. And that being the number of discs here. Now, this was advertised, I think, as having 37 discs. I initially did the math on a Reddit comment, responding to someone else on a post that was talking about this when it was announced. They said 37 discs. To me, it seemed like the math wasn't mathing in regards to the disc numbers. Plus, I need to talk about this here. Secret of the Omnitrix. This disc has art of reboot Vilgax rather than original series Vilgax, like it should. Despite having the classic series logo and being a movie from classic rather than the reboot. Now, some people have said that they didn't do the reboots because whatever. I think it's because it's the 20th anniversary of the original series in the Prime continuity, so they chose to focus just on the first four shows and Destroy All Aliens. I don't understand why they didn't include the 2 live-action movies. That would seem to me to be stuff to include. I don't know. It's just really weird to me. Because, what was it? Race Against Time is not canon, but I think it was originally written to be before it just couldn't be in continuity. And then I think it was also made during the first season of Alien Force's production. And they were going in a totally different direction of it because I think they were working off of what happened in the first 3 seasons. Because that's also when season 4 of Classic was in production. So yeah, I don't know. And then what was the second one? Alien Swarm is canon to Alien Force. It takes place in between seasons 2 and 3 of that show. So yeah, I don't know why those discs aren't included here. You would think that they would be. But we have the individual discs for each series. If you look at them in terms of the numbers, so Classic has 4 discs. The original DVD releases have 4 discs, that's why. Alien Force has 8 discs, I believe. No, 9 discs. And for some reason, the disc for the Omniverse Galactic Monsters arc is right under the last disc for Alien Force. I assume this was a fuck up on the part of the person who put this PNG together for this render, because that's supposed to be right here. We'll get to Omniverse in a second. Ultimate Alien has 10 discs. 10 discs. And then Omniverse right here technically has 8 discs, but one is right here for some reason. And it has different artwork than the rest of the Omniverse discs. We found out through people that have gotten this early that these are just reprints of the old discs from the older DVD releases. And I will talk about that in a second. But that's why this is here. These 2 discs are Secrets of the Omnitrix and Destroy All Aliens. Now, I don't know why Secret of the Omnitrix is here as its own disc. Secrets of the Omnitrix was included in the Classic Series Season 4 DVD release. It is all of, I think, disc 1. And I have that DVD set. I have the original DVD sets for Seasons 3 and 4 of Classic. So I know how this is. But WB, at some point, re-released all 4 of the first 4 Ben 10 movies from the Classic series, or from the Prime continuity, as a 4-disc DVD set. And I have that, and I have an unboxing of it if you want to see it. But that set had the 2 live-action movies, Destroy All Aliens and Secret of the Omnitrix. They put Secret of the Omnitrix on there because technically it's a TV movie. Although, granted, I don't know. It being separated from Classic is weird to me. Because it is technically 3 episodes of Classic, of Season 4 of that show. And you can see that. Or actually, no, I think it's... because it's like an hour and a half, so technically it's like 4 episodes, I think. But, yeah. But it was made to be a TV movie, so they included it there. So, in effect, and there were like 3 different cuts of the movie, if you didn't know. The alien at the beginning of the movie is different depending on which version you watch. There's the first cut, which has Heat Blast, the second, which has Accelerate, and then the third cut, which has Eye Guy, which I think people are starting to take the Eye Guy version as canon because of the fact that, like, it makes kind of more sense for that to be Eye Guy's debut, because Ben just randomly uses him again in Ben 10 versus the Negative 10, like it's no big deal. Whereas in Secret of the Omnitrix, it seems like he's just using him for the first time, like he was an accidental transformation that Ben got, and then he's just randomly there for the rest of the series. At the very least, in the actual, or the Ben 10 versus the Negative 10 2-parter, and then they bring him back for the opening of Ultimate Alien. He doesn't transform into him in Ultimate Alien, but he supposedly has all of his aliens re-unlocked by his future self. And then in Omniverse, Eye Guy shows up every so often. So, yeah, it's really odd with that. But yeah, but there's technically three different cuts of the movie. And the movie had its own disc in the Season 4 set. So they have an extra disc here when they don't need it. Okay? It's really odd. Take this disc out and you can easily just have the disc for Race Against Time and then the disc for Alien Swarm. I don't understand. On top of that, I don't like it being like a really weird odd number of discs. 37 discs. What a weird disc number. I don't know. But yeah. But there is a problem with just using the old discs, and I'll get to that in a moment. But then we have this here as well on this was from the Amazon page, but I believe this was also in different places as well. People have pointed this out. This is a shot of I guess Omni-Kicks. I haven't seen the reboot, but this is from the reboot of Four Arms. This is not the original series. This is the reboot. You can tell because between this and the stock art of Ben right here, these are two completely different art styles and different like ways of drawing these characters. Classic was very detailed. It was much more realistic of an art style and everything. The reboot is more simplistic. It's more kiddie. It's whatever. In regards to its art style, because Teen Titans Go was all the rage in 2013, and then this came 3 years later, so you have to do it this way. I don't know why they changed the art style so drastically, but it was not great. I'm not a fan of either Omniverse or the reboot's art styles, but that's a discussion for a whole nother time. So I'm not going to waste your time with it. So we have this Reddit post by someone from the day before I'm recording this, and so this person got the set, as you can see here. So yeah. So then they put a post right here, or an thing right here. It says included Omniverse episodes, and then they have 7 discs, well, 8 discs, but this is not all of Omniverse. Now, I need to look this up so I don't get the numbers wrong. The original series, I think, has like 52 or 53 episodes. If you count Secret of the Omnitrix as, if you count Secret of the Omnitrix as 3 episodes, it has like 52 episodes. Technically 49, but altogether 52. Alien Force is like 46 episodes. Weird number, but yeah. So the first 2 seasons were a total of 26 episodes. Although granted, production-wise, that's probably also just one entire season that Cartoon Network then just split up into 2. But yeah, but if you it encompasses a whole story arc. So yeah. But then season 3 was 20 episodes. Really odd order, honestly, for that. That's more of a Nickelodeon number of episodes per season of a show than Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network usually goes like 13 episodes or did for a show like Ben 10. Ultimate Alien had the standard 52 episodes. And then Omniverse did something weird. Ultimate Alien also has a weird thing in terms of like episode numbers. Season 1 was like the first 20 episodes. Then season 2 was 12, and then season 3 was 20. Bit of an uneven number of episodes, but The Omniverse did something really weird. Omniverse has 80 episodes, where each season is 10 episodes, and they have these story arcs that are contained within each season. That is how Omniverse rolled. I don't exactly know why that is, but that's just how they did it. Yeah, so in theory, if they compress them right and do the encoding right on the discs, you can have 10 episodes of each show on each disc and have no problems in terms of compression. But this only seems to have 35 of the 80 episodes of Omniverse. Yeah, you heard it right. It has less than half of the series. I don't know why. I don't understand why. It's just... This is so weird to me. But not only that. Now, when the original series and Alien Force were originally released on DVD, Alien Force Season 1, I should say, were originally released on DVD, the menus were in 4:3, and the episodes were in 4:3, because this was before when TVs went widescreen, and this was before they started releasing the widescreen versions of the episodes on DVD. Alien Force Season 2 onward, all the episodes are in their native 16:9. Classic and every one of the other shows were animated in 16:9 HD. And if you look on any digital platform that has the episodes, whether it be, let's say, Apple TV, probably Amazon Prime, Netflix, even streaming. Netflix, HBO Max, when they still had shows before they started getting rid of stuff because I guess to save like server space or whatever, because they can't do anything right. And like all these other platforms that have these episodes, they have the 16:9 versions. And then I think I think they started rolling those out in like 2016. Then in 2016, between 2016 and 2018, then in 2016, I think they started rerunning Classic in 16:9 on Cartoon Network. So they originally animated the episodes in 16:9, and that's why if you watch a good number of videos that talk about Ben 10 or are just clips from the show on YouTube, odds are the people sourcing the clips are sourcing them from the 16:9 versions of the episodes. So yeah. However, it would seem that these discs are just reprints of the original discs because the menus and the episodes themselves are still in 4x3 for Classic and Alien Force Season 1. Yeah, you can see this right here. This person is clearly watching this on, this looks like a screen projector thing. Whatever kind of screen this is, it's clearly made for 16:9. But you can see that the borders don't extend that far. Yeah, and then for Alien Force as well, this is just really sloppy. They have the 4x3 versions of the episodes. Now, here's why this happened. WB, when it comes to re-releasing shows that they have previous DVD releases for, I'm talking Ed, Edd n Eddy and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends here, mainly, because I have these DVD sets, and I have videos for those, unboxing them if you want to go see what those are all about. Back 20 years ago, for Ed, Edd n Eddy and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Cartoon Network originally released the first 2 seasons of those shows on DVD, separate from anything else. They did not release anything from afterwards on DVD. So, when they re-released those shows on DVD for the 30th anniversary of the channel, I believe, what they did is they reprinted the older discs for those shows that were already made 20 years ago, when they were originally released on DVD. But when it came to the seasons afterwards, they had to make entirely new discs, and because it's WB and they don't want to make interesting discs in terms of menus and stuff like that to match the older style of them, they just had plain menus, the episodes, a subtitle track, an audio track, no special features, and whatever. And the only reason why they do have some special features on the seasons 1 and 2 discs is because they were originally produced back when the shows were being aired, and they wanted to also sell the DVDs. So, yeah. However, Ed, Edd n Eddy did not have the finale movie for some reason, or 3 of the specials that were the holiday specials. Now, Ed, Edd n Eddy, in regards to that, I am very flabbergasted as to why they don't have those in there. The finale movie specifically, because the finale movie was the movie that wrapped everything up. It had the characters go through character arcs and grow past their stupid bullshit and all that. And it also answered, who is Eddie's brother? Why does Eddie fear him so much? They gave us the answers to those. It was so much. It did a great job wrapping up the show, and they should really release that. Now, in my opinion, they could easily rectify not having a disc for the finale movie and the holiday specials by releasing it separately. They could easily put the movie on a disc with those holiday specials as bonus features, and that, I think, would make up for it. The episodes would not be in the proper order, but for the holiday specials, but they were also aired out of order, and I think produced partially out of order, so I don't know. And they also don't quite fit in, I think, anywhere continuity-wise, but yeah. Unless if I just haven't seen the show in a while, and that's just not the case. But yeah, they could just release a new disc with those on them, and be fine. I think. I really wish that they would do that, but for some reason, I don't know if they haven't gotten the memo, but they really should. Fozer's Home for Imaginary Friends, however, had all of the episodes and the 2 TV movies that they produced, which were, I think, Good Will Hunting and Destination Imagination, I think is the name of it. But yeah. So they had that, and then they've also released Courage the Cowardly Dog in a complete series set, which had all the episodes, I think, because they had previously produced season sets for that show, and thus all they needed to do was just package the discs together. They have all of Samurai Jack released. They have pretty much all of the DC stuff, minus Teen Titans Go, because I don't really care. That show doesn't mean anything to me. It's not that good, so who cares? So yeah, all of the DC stuff has been re-released through the Warner Archive people, and they handle releases pretty well. They're very bare bones releases and everything, but at the very least, they include everything from prior DVD releases, like bonus features, and they include all of the episodes and movies and whatever. They make sure to have everything so that, for one, not false advertising, and two, just not scamming the customers or making the customers feel scammed. Like, I have the entire Teen Titans 03 Blu-ray set. That includes all of the movies. It includes the bonus features from the original DVDs. It has the episodes in 16:9 and HD, because those episodes were also produced in 16:9 HD. It has all of the it has the finale movie, Trouble in Tokyo, which I hate that people say that movie or that show didn't get like a proper finale. It did. Trouble in Tokyo was the finale for that show. What? Like, I know people want like a season 6, but it's also just like the show did wrap up. It had a finale, so like, I don't know. But yeah. So I think people just forget that, maybe because they forget Troll in Tokyo exists, or they don't think it's the finale movie, but it is. I don't know. But yeah, sorry, just ADHD rambling. But anyways, so I for one, I don't understand why this set wasn't handled by Warner Archive. Two, I don't understand why this set wasn't Blu-ray. The episodes were originally produced in widescreen and HD. You can have one without the other, by the way. That's why I specify that. You can have widescreen, but not HD, and HD, but not widescreen. Remasters of old shows and TV and movies show that very well. And releases of Doctor Who for series 1 to 4 also show that. Just the reverse. But yeah. This is just really, really disappointing. I don't understand it. I would think that they would also want to redo the discs, because for one, not only the discs that have the 4x3 versions of the episodes, but the discs that just have weird amounts of episodes. Like, most of the Omniverse discs only have about 5 to 7 episodes. On top of that, right, I forgot about this. I was going to say this a bit ago. On top of that, Omniverse was heavily aired out of order. If you don't know how Omniverse aired, ooh, I envy you. Omniverse, in terms of how it was produced, the episodes started being produced way before the show aired. And as a result, Cartoon Network had a lot of episodes to choose from when it came to airing them. However, the people at Cartoon Network that were in charge of airing the episodes did not take into account that most of the episodes had some sort of continuity to them. For instance, one of the biggest things for the first 2 seasons in that story arc is Ben re-unlocking feedback, and it also explaining why Ben gave up wearing the Omnitrix after the original series, and how he lost feedback, and then how he got him back, and then the stuff with the malware arc, and all of that, and whatnot. As well as some other things, like Ben getting his, like, I think his motorcycle, and then I think also his hoodie, and all that stuff. The whole thing about that, and this also happens with other arcs, I believe, as well. A lot of the episodes got aired very heavily out of production order. Production order, in this case, for Omniverse, also means continuity order, as it does for a lot of other shows as well. And them airing all of the episodes out of order resulted in spoilers for future episodes that should not have aired before others, and spoilers for the arcs that were going on at the time. Not only that, but you have episodes airing way later than they should. Like the Secret Saturdays crossover aired an entire season after it was produced in. It was aired, I think, in season 4, but produced in season 3, I think. Pretty sure that's what it was. So, yeah. So, what they should also do is not only make new discs, but put the episodes in their proper production order. Because, especially for Omniverse, production order is the actual order you're supposed to watch all of these things in. Okay? Now, for the first 3 series, I would say it's less noticeable. Because, at the very least, they keep the episodes contained to the seasons that they're in, and the episodes aren't aired too wildly out of order from production order. Omniverse, however, suffers from the problem of airing the episodes way out of production order. Okay? That's just really, really dumb. And unfortunately, I think the DVDs don't have the episodes in production order. So if you're getting these, yeah, it's just really, really weird. But yeah, and then on top of that, I think that there are episodes skipped, and then just everything after the Galactic Monsters arc, which I think is season 5, is just, and even then, this isn't even all the episodes. This is just like, I think 7 of them. This is just, or maybe it's just 6, but like, this is just really, really odd. That like, I just don't understand it. So yeah, I say boycott this set because, like, this is an insult to not only the show, but the audience as well, who wanted to own the show on disc. This comes off like WB just tried to have a quick buck by doing this. This comes off to me similarly to how Funimation used to constantly re-release Dragon Ball Z on DVD and Blu-ray, but shittily remastered the show and just assumed everyone would buy it because it's Dragon Ball Z, even though, you know, they released Dragon Ball Z so many times that they oversaturated the market, and then also have legitimately confused so many fans to thinking that the 16:9 version is how it's supposed to be watched, and then the shit remaster they kept giving it was how it's supposed to look, when it's not. This is very similar, but not even really that. They didn't even really do anything to the discs. You know? It's just so fucking stupid. I'm sorry for the dogs barking if you hear them. But I think that's about it. So it's like 35 minutes of me ranting. Boycott this set. Go on social media politely. Politely. Please. Politely. Do not be an asshole about this to them. Tag WB. Tag WB Entertainment. Tag the Warner Archive. Tag anyone involved with Warner Bros. Just the Warner Bros. Accounts mainly. Tell them about what is going on with these discs. The 16:9 versions of Classic and Alien Force Season 1 not being on them, and the rest of Alien 4 or the rest of Omniverse not being there, as well as I would say also just include the fact that Alien Swarm and Race Against Time are not on the discs. On top of that, the screw-ups with some of the stock art on this being from the reboot rather than any of the other series. Tell them politely about what's going on here. They need to recall these sets. They need to put these episode or put these or they need to redo this set. They need to put it out in a proper way. And yeah, please just politely tell them that this isn't the ultimate collection of the episodes. The 16:9 versions of Classic and Alien Force Season 1 are not in 16:9 when they are everywhere else. And the rest of Omniverse isn't included. And should be there, and it's in its production order. Please just be respectful. Tell them. And hopefully we can do something about this, because this is just genuinely lazy and a really fucking bad insult to the fans and to people looking to just have the series on disc, because that's also a thing. This is also the first DVD release of, at the very least, any of these series in like a decade, and this is what they give us, because I think Omniverse started releasing DVDs in like 2012 or 2013. Then I think the last DVD set stopped in like 2014 or so. And they just didn't put out the rest of the episodes on disc. So ultimately what I think happened here is that whoever works at Warner Bros. For the this department, like, genuinely thought they could just reprint the discs and it'd be fine. And they didn't realize most of Omniverse hadn't come out on disc. And then the episodes from Classic and Alien Force Season 1 were only in 4x3 when they have 16:9 masters. You know, I don't blame these people for just doing their job. It's just that I blame these people for not being thorough and checking to make sure that these are good. This should have been handled by Warner Archive. These episodes should have been, or these shows should have been put out on Blu-ray. I think also the Destroy All Aliens movie and the 2 live-action movies should have also been put out on Blu-ray. There's just no real excuse why these are DVD only. I don't understand putting HD shows on just DVD. I don't understand that at all. You know? But yeah, so I hope that we get a new set that actually treats these shows and the audience with respect, because this is just fucking ridiculous. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Not really much else to say. So links to description on my shit. Subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next one.